Okay, let's get started. So come to a comfortable seat. Come to your Shavasana, sitting up nice and tall. Feel grounded through the sits bones, lengthening through the spine and the side body, and feel as if you're stretching out through the crown of the head as well. So you're sitting up nice and tall. So you're sitting up, and at the same time you're really grounding down. So let's do a few of our nice deep inhales. So take the arms by the side and inhale. Nice and slow, long, deep breath. Inhale the arms all the way up. And at the top, pause. And then exhale. So practicing your breath and movement here. So inhaling as the arms come up. Pause. And then exhale. So one more time. Inhale, arms up. Pause. And then exhale, arms down. Beautiful. Sitting up nice and tall again. Bring the hands onto the knees, preferably with the palms face up. And we'll take a couple moments here to find some stillness. So allow the eyes to softly close. And just bring the awareness to the body. Softening the face. Relax the space between your eyes. Relax the jaw. Allow the day to melt away and feeling very present in this moment. And bringing the awareness to the breath. Allowing the breath to move about the body, getting into anywhere that you may feel a bit of tightness, a bit of tension. Just visualize the breath going to those places and creating a bit of space and relief. And now taking that breath all the way down into the belly. So for the next couple of breaths, making them nice and long, allowing the lungs to fill on your inhale, allowing the belly to rise. And then on your exhale, drawing the navel ever so slightly back toward the spine, squeezing out any bit of air in the lungs so that you can create space for allowing fresh air to come in on the next inhalation. So take one more nice, deep, long inhalation. And on your exhale, opening the eyes. Bringing your hands to heart center. Pressing the palms nice and firm. Sitting up nice and tall. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. And then interlace your fingers and press the palms away from you. and draw the navel back. So begin to round the back here. So pressing through the palms, rounding through the shoulders. See if you can get a nice stretch through the shoulder area. And then inhale and lift the arms, lift the heart, and begin to draw the arms back. Maybe beyond the ears. So stretching back, creating a bit of an arch here. And then on your exhale, we're going to release. And then interlace the hands behind you. And on your inhale, lifting the heart, begin to lift the arms. So drawing the arms up. And if it feels good, on your exhale, you can begin to round, or you can just continue drawing the arms up. If you're rounding over, staying grounded through the hips, lifting up the arms. And then on your next inhale, we're going to begin to lift the chest and release the arms. Beautiful. So let's come into our twist. So we're going to take the right hand across the body onto the left knee. Take the left hand behind you. So on your inhale, sit up nice and tall. Draw the navel in. Again, lengthening up through the crown. And on your exhale, begin twisting from the waist. And then again, inhale, sit up nice and tall, lengthen that body. And exhale, twisting more toward the upper body, or with the upper body, using the hand on the knee to help you twist. So inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, twisting. Eye gaze toward the back of the room. Using the hand on your knee, twisting. So take the eye gaze over the other shoulder. Stretch through the neck there. And then we're going to release, so and twist. And we'll take that to the other side. So left hand across the body, onto the right knee. The right arm behind you as an extension of like a second spine. It allows you to sit up nice and tall. So inhale, lengthen up. And then exhale, begin to twist. So again, inhale, lengthening up. And exhale, twisting. Again, inhale, lengthen up. Use the hand to help you twist the body. Eye gaze toward the back of the room. So continue breathing. Soften your face. And now taking the eye gaze over the other shoulder. And then release. So let's come on to all fours. If you have your socks on, hopefully you're warmed up a bit. Go ahead and take those socks off. And we'll meet in tabletop. Let's spread the fingers nice and wide. Knees under the hips. And we'll do some big hip circles here just to kind of get into those hips. So sitting back toward the right heel and then circling around, coming up and over the wrist. So doing 3 big circles there, really kind of stretching through the hips. So once you've gone 3 times one way, take it the other way. And really exaggerate those hip circles. Hopefully you're hearing some pops. So it's good to get into those hips. And then when you've done your 3 times around, we'll just meet back in our tabletop. And we'll go through our cat-cow. So with cat-cow, you can have the feet flat, or you can have the toes tucked under, or you can alternate as you go through your cat-cow. So fingers spread nice and wide again. So on your inhale, lift the heart, take the shoulders back. If you want to have your toes tucked for this, you can. So shoulders back. And then on your exhale, you would round. And if you want to untuck your toes, you can. So press down through the palms, draw the navel up. And then inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, tailbone is up. And then exhale, round. Drawing the navel up, pressing the ground away. We'll go through that one more time. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. So the sternum is shooting like straight out. Draw those shoulders back. And then on your exhale, rounding. Rounding like a cat. Draw that navel up, press the ground away with palms. And then release, leaning back in table. Let's go through a side plank here. So take the left hand into the middle of the mat. You're going to take the left toes out for your kickstand. And then we're going to extend the right toes out and lift that right arm up. So you may need to adjust a little bit. And then if you're working on lifting up the back leg, the entire body here, nice and strong, strong legs, strong core, lifting out all out of that shoulder. Okay, so you don't want to have the shoulder by the ear. See if you can lift up. Breathing. Stretching that body. If it feels good, you can bend the top leg there. Bringing the sole of the foot toward the glutes. You get a nice stretch through the front thigh there, through your quads. So if the knee is bent, go ahead and extend it back out. And now if the leg was up, drawing the leg back down, coming back through table. And we'll take that on the other side. So extend the left toes out, the right kickstand comes out. So the right foot is our kickstand. That right hand kind of toward the center of the mat, just wherever it feels good for balance. And extend that left arm up. So you're opening the chest, lifting the back leg if that's available, and breathing. So strong body here, strong legs, strong core. Breathe. Good. If you'd like, bending the front or the top leg there, drawing the sole of the foot toward the glutes. So extending the leg back out, stretching it, lengthening it, and then release. Come back into our tabletop. And let's come down into a dolphin pose. So coming on to your forearms. This is like a modified downward facing dog. Okay, so take the shoulders over the elbows. Relax the crown of the head down, and you're going to tuck your toes and then lift your hips up. And then see if you can kind of walk the toes towards you. Actually, go ahead, you can pedal through your feet here. This is actually, it's a little bit trickier than down dog in some ways. It's nice because you're not on the wrist, but then it is a bit more tricky to try to get the heels down and stretch through those legs. And so you can look at your shoulders again and kind of bring them back over the elbows. Relax the crown of the head. And now that you've pedaled through the feet a couple of times, think about pressing the heels down. They probably won't reach, but it's just the action of pressing them down and feeling that stretch through the legs. Good, so we're going to release the knees down. And now we're going to come into a plank pose. So we're going to extend the legs out this time. So we're staying on the forearms. Extend the legs out and lower the hips. So we're going to hang out here. So I want you to get a nice strong body. Draw that navel in toward the spine. And if it gets to be too much, lower the knees down. But still keep the core engaged because you will still be getting a workout. So pressing out through the heels and trying to keep the heels kind of in line with the toes. The heels are stacked with the toes. And breathing here. If anyone likes to tap the feet out to the side, but we'll try holding for 10 more. But again, if you're feeling it too much in the lower back, remember, just come down. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to lower all the way down and bring the palms in front, create a little pillow, and just rock from side to side with the hips. And we'll come into a little cobra pose here. So bringing the palms just underneath the shoulders, draw those elbows in, taking the feet nice and strong together so legs are together. Press down through the tops of the feet. And then on your inhale, you're going to lift the chest, lifting the head, lifting the chest. Draw the shoulders down. So we'll hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, breathing for 6, 5, 4, breathing for 3, 2, and 1. So lower down and then press yourself into a child pose. So open up the knees. Now we're going to sit back onto the knees and bring the forehead onto the mat or onto a pillow. So pressing that chest toward the ground, sitting back toward the heels, feeling a nice stretch through the hips here, a nice stretch through the lower back, so stretching the arms forward, so nice strong arms. So this is just as much of a upper body stretch as it is really getting into the hips. And now let's stretch the side body from here. So begin to walk the fingertips over to the right. You can take the chest on top of your thigh and then relax the head back down. And then continue walking the arms to the side and really then taking those left fingertips to the right even more, feeling a nice stretch through the left side body. Keep the hips planted so that you're not rolling over too much, because you want to be able to feel that stretch along the left side body. But if you can bring the forehead back down toward the mat or just relax the head down. Breathing. Now we're going to, keeping kind of the head down, the chest down, just take those hands and walking it over to the other side. So get the stretch to the right side body this time. So go ahead and lift the chest up on top of the left thigh. Continue walking the fingertips over, and then even more so with the right fingertips to allow the right body to stretch, the side body to stretch. Relax the head down and breathe. Beautiful. So we're going to walk it back, kind of just to neutral to our child pose again. Stretch those hands forward. And then we're going to bring the hands back to press ourselves back up through a tabletop. So you can bring the knees back underneath the hips here. We're going to come up into a downward facing dog. So drawing the hands out, way out in front of the shoulders. Tuck those toes and lift the hips up. So pedaling through your downward facing dog pose. So spread the fingers nice and wide. The feet are parallel, about 6 inches apart. And then press down through the heels. Press the chest toward the thighs. And breathe. So again, this is an upper body and a lower body stretch. So you're pressing the ground away with the hands and pressing down through the heels. So feeling a nice stretch from the sacrum all the way through the arms, and then also from like the sacrum all the way down the legs. Okay, so from here, let's lift those right toes up. Bring them up to the sky, roll the ankle one way, and then the other. we're really going to open that hip here. So allow the knee to bend and lift the knee up, trying to press the sole of the foot toward the glutes and opening through the hip here. Breathe. Extend the leg up, draw it down, and we'll take that on the other side. So the left toes extend up, stretching them, roll the ankle one way and then the other. And then really open the knee, bend the knee, and draw the foot toward the glutes. Breathe here. So extend those toes back up and down. And then from here, we'll walk the hands back. Find yourself in a forward fold. So you may need to readjust the feet. And then parallel, so the toes are facing forward. Relax the crown of the head down. Grab opposite elbows. If you're super flexible in those legs, make sure the knees are slightly bent. And if they're very bent, that's fine too. Just feeling a stretch through the back of the legs. Notice if you're rolling out to the sides of the feet, so pressing down evenly through all corners of your feet. Hands to the hips, and we'll slowly come all the way up. The head comes up last. Okay, so let's come to the center of the mat. Do a side stretch here. So keep our right hand arm down on the thigh. And let's inhale the left arm up. And then exhale and begin to stretch it and bend it over to the right. So press down through the soles of the feet. Stretch the body. Opening the shoulder, the left shoulder, opening it back to open the chest. And then inhale to come up. Exhale the arm down. Other side, inhale. And then exhale, stretch, reach. Breathing here, press down through the soles of the feet, strong legs, strong core. Opening that right shoulder up, chest is opening. And then release, inhaling to come up, exhale the arm down. So we'll do a slight back bend here. So just take the hands on the lower back, fingertips down. Press down through the soles of the feet. I want you to inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, just press the hips forward. Create a slight back bend here. And then on your inhale, you can release and come up. And then we're going to bend it forward. So take the feet about 6 inches apart. So just hip width distance apart. Make sure the feet are parallel. And we're going to grab our big toes with our peace fingers. So bend the knees as much as you need to bring the peace fingers and wrap them around the big toes. Allow the chest to stay on the thighs here. And then relaxing the crown of the head, begin to lift the hips up. So don't even think about straightening the legs. Think about the action of lifting the hips, because that is going to straighten the legs. So breathing, press down through the big toes as you lift the big toes up, kind of creating a bit of resistance there, and lifting the hips up, feeling the stretch to the hamstrings. Then we're going to release the toes. You can bring the hands to the hips and slowly come all the way up. Beautiful. So you can come to the front of the mat. I'll stay just in the center just for the moment. We're going to do our sun salutations, but we'll do a few swan dives going forward and coming back up. So coming to the front of the mat or to the center of the mat, the feet can be, slightly apart if you like for the balance, but press down through the soles of the feet, nice strong legs. We're going to inhale the arms up. So inhale, stretch it up. And then exhale, swan dive forward, nice flat back. Come all the way down. If you need to bend the knees, you can, or you can just bring the palms onto the thighs or onto the shins. And then we're going to reverse that. So then you're going to inhale the arms back, all the way back up. And then hands to heart center. Okay, so let's do that again. So inhale the arms up. And then exhale the arms down. So again, inhale the arms up. And this time we're just going to go straight back into another one. And then exhale the arms down, all the way down, swan dive forward, sorry. And then one more time, inhale those arms all the way back up. And then bring the hands to heart center. So we're going to do 3 more of those, but we're going to bring the hands out in front. So bring the hands in front of you. If you want to kind of stack the hands, you can, or if you want to kind of link the thumbs. But we're going to inhale the arms straight up this time. So inhale those arms up, strong legs, strong core here, and then exhale, flat back, all the way down. Have a slight bend in your knees if you need. Relax your crown of the head down. And then we're going to inhale the arms all the way back up. So strong core here. That's where the focus is. Allowing the core to do work here. So exhale again, straight arms out, coming down, nice flat back. Relax when you're down. And then inhaling the arms back up by the ears. Allow the core to do the work. So last time, exhale the arms down. I don't know if you notice the difference between having the arms out to the side or in front of you. I believe in front it's a little bit more challenging. And then we're going to release the arms down. Okay, so if you're not at the front of the mat, we're going to step to the front of the mat. And we're going to go through a sun salutation that brings us into a lunge. So at the front of the mat, feeling rooted down through the soles of the feet, strong core. I'm going to start with our swan dive again. So inhale those arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift the heart halfway, looking at the horizon. And then step back, right foot into your high plank. So from here, we're going to lower down. So you can come to the knees if you need to, in either cobra or your upward facing dog. And then we're going to meet in downward facing dog. So however you'd like to get there, come to your downward facing dog. Press the chest toward the thighs, heels toward the ground, taking a look at your feet, keeping them parallel, fingers spread nice and wide. So from here, we're going to bring the right foot through. So let's lift the right foot up and then bringing it all the way in between the hands. Allow the back knee to go down. And then from here, and bring the hands up onto the knee. So we're going to do a little twist here. You can wiggle the toes out a little bit in case you end up kind of sinking into the hips so that the knee doesn't go beyond. So hands to the heart center. We're going to take that left elbow over the knee. So we're twisting. So when we're in our twist, I want you to press the palms nice and firm. Try to get the palms in the center of your chest because that's going to help you twist open. So from here, you can leave the back knee down or you can lift for a challenge. So breathe here. Continue pressing the palms nice and firm. Going to help you to continue opening toward the back of the room. And if you have that back knee up, continue keeping it really strong, really pressing the back of the knee up toward the sky. And breathe. Good, so we're going to release the knee down, release the hands, and then we're going to step it back into downward facing dog. So press down, the chest down, sorry, pressing the chest down toward the thighs. And we're going to take that on the other side. So this time, you're going to lift the left knee or left foot and bring that foot in between the hands. So however you need to get that foot forward, you need to help it through, and then kind of wiggle those toes forward. If you like to kind of stretch through the hips a little bit here first. So from here, we're going to bring the hands up, bring the hands to heart center, and take that right elbow over the left knee. And then opening to the left this time. Press the palms nice and firm. The eye gaze toward the back of the room. If you can kind of twist yourself open that much. And then if you want to add in lifting the back knee, we'll hang out here for a moment. So breathe. So continue pressing the palms nice and firm, trying to get the palms in the center of the chest. And then we're going to release so the hands can go back down. And then we're going to meet back in downward facing dog. So if you want to go through a vinyasa, if you'd like to go through like your high plank and then lowering down, or just meet in downward facing dog, you can always go through your plank, upward, and then downward facing. Let's breathe here for a moment, and we're going to step it back forward. So press down through those heels, press the chest toward the thighs. You're going to look forward, begin to step forward. We're meeting at the top of the mat. So you inhale at the top, exhale, fold. Inhale the arms all the way up, slight back bend. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more of those. We're not going to add any lunges into them. We're just going to do our sun salutation. So inhale those arms up, pressing down through the soles of the feet, reaching up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lifting halfway, flat back. And then exhale, step back, left foot. And then we'll meet in our upward facing dog. So lowering down, cobra or upward. And then meeting downward. Good, so we're going to hang out here. So as you're going through that little vinyasa, which is lowering down, just called chaturanga, and then either to cobra or upward, I want you to be very aware of your core and keeping the core nice and strong while you're going through that vinyasa. So breathing here, pressing the chest toward the thighs, actively pressing the heels down. So looking forward, we're going to step forward with the left foot first. We're meeting at the top of the mat. Inhale, lifting halfway, flat back. And then exhale, fold. And then inhale the arms all the way up, slight back bend. And then exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to do 1 more of those. And this time, being very mindful and aware of that core when you're going through that vinyasa, and see if you notice a difference. Okay, so press down through the soles of the feet. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lifting halfway, flat back. And then exhale, step back, this time right foot, and then the left. So strong body here. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. So go through your vinyasa. strong core. Meeting in downward facing dog. Breathe here, relax your head. Draw the chest toward the thighs. Nice deep breathing. Now we're going to look up, stepping forward with the right foot first, meeting at the top of the mat. Inhale, stretch it, lengthen, nice flat back. Exhale, fold. And then inhale the arms all the way up, slight back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we're going to stay here and calm the breath for a moment. So press down through the soles of the feet. Strong legs, strong core. Standing up nice and tall. Allow your eyes to close and breathe. Notice if you've lost any of that integrity of your posture. So again, strong core, shoulders back, pressing the soles of the feet down. Good, so you can open your eyes, relax the hands down, and we're going to come into Warrior One. So step it back with the right foot. So Warrior One, hips square to the front of the room. So the back foot is just on a slight angle. Your stance can be as wide as it needs to be for your balance. And then begin to sink into the front knee, drawing those toes forward. Arms come up. Breathe here. Rotate that front knee out so you can see your big front toe. Sink into that front knee. Let's draw the arms back. And then inhale the arms up. Exhale the arms back. Inhale the arms up. Nice strong back leg. Exhale the arms back. Inhale the arms up. So my arms are up and strong, but they're away from the shoulders. And breathe. And we're going to open it up to Warrior Two. Keep those hips down as best you can. Just open the back foot, open the arms, and then readjust as you need to. Eye gaze over the front fingers. Rotate that front knee open, strong core, and breathe. Breathing for 5. Breathing for 4. Strong core for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. So let's press the ground away. Bring the hands onto the hips. And let's go into a goddess pose. So for the goddess pose, you're going to allow your toes to be slightly out. The heels are in, toes are out. And we'll sink down. So this is a kind of a wide squat, and we'll bring our arms into it in just a moment. So stretching through, and then kind of staying in that big squat. So trying to draw those knees out so that they're not caving in and covering your toes. You want to be able to see your toes. You're looking out. So also sitting back, you're sitting in a chair, and drawing the shins back. A lot going on. Okay, so then from here, let's bring up for our cactus arm. A little workout for the arms too. So breathe. Strong core. I just had to catch myself when my stomach was just So strong core. Draw the knees back. And if you'd like to lift the one heel, like your right heel, lowering it, maybe the other side. Ooh, gave me a cramp. And then both if you can. Ooh, mine are cramping up. I'm not going to go there tonight. Jeez. So breathe. And now we're going to press the ground away, straightening the legs, relax the arms down. So let's take our warrior 1 and 2 on the other side. So my right leg is forward, left foot slightly on a slight angle, left foot in the back. Shift those hips toward the front of the room again and sink into the front knee. Scooting those toes forward. And when you're ready, the arms come up. Breathe here. So inhale, arms up. And then on your exhale, allow the arms to go back. And then inhale the arms up. So nice, strong back leg. Exhale the arms back. Try to stay in those hips, like sunk into the hips. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the arms back. Inhale the arms up. So strong arms. Relax the shoulders down. Breathe. We'll open up into our warrior 2. So keep the hips down as best you can. Just open the back toes to the side of the room and open the arms. And breathe. Sinking back into the front knee. Final eye gaze over the front fingers. Tailbone slightly tucked, strong core, holding 5. Breathing for 4. Breathing 3, 2, and 1. So press the ground away. Let's go into a wide legged fold. And then we'll do a couple standing poses and make our way down to the floor for balance poses. All right, so toes slightly in this time. So pigeon toe to try to open those legs as wide as you can. We'll keep the hands on the hips for a moment. Inhale, lift that heart. And then exhale, start coming forward. Nice flat back, lifting up through the thighs. And then bringing the hands onto the ground. And again, if it's not real comfortable to come down to the ground, you can always find a chair or your radiator if you want to work on coming down that way. So if the hands are on the ground, you can begin walking them back so that they're in between the feet. Relaxing that crown of the head down. Lifting up through the thighs. Shift a little weight into the toes. Keeping the hips in line with the ankles. And breathe. Beautiful. So hands to the hips. On your next inhale, lift through the thighs, lift the chest, inhaling all the way back up. And then practice stepping those feet together. And we'll come to the center of the mat and we will do a couple balance poses. We'll start with the one knee up. All right, so shift that weight over to the left leg. So nice, strong standing leg, right? That's the most important part of this pose. Strong core. Begin to lift the knee. The hands can stay on the hips, or if you're practicing, bringing them elsewhere. But most importantly, before you really start kicking that foot out, make sure your standing leg is nice and strong. But everyone, wherever you are, you can just draw the foot underneath the knee. So slowly begin to come out of your pose. I'll take that on the other side. So shift the weight over to the right leg. Strong core, strong leg. Lifting the knee. Beautiful. Coming out of the pose. Release the leg down. Then we'll come into our tree pose. So shifting the weight over onto that left side now. Nice strong standing legs, strong core. Sole the foot anywhere on the leg except the knee. Draw that knee back as best you can. Nice hip opener here. So lengthen through the side body. Lift up out of that hip. Begin to grow. And bringing those hands back together. Down to heart center. The knee shifts forward. And the leg kicks out. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, lift the leg, release. Okay, the other side, shifting the weight over to the right leg. Sole the foot, shin or thigh. Lift up out of that hip, strong core. Draw that knee back. And lengthen, growing, long spine, lifting up through the crown of the head. And bring the hands back together, down to heart center. Knee shifts forward, the leg kicks out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to come to the ground. If you'd like to come up onto the tippy toes, and then all the way down to the ground, or we'll just meet sitting. We're going to come into boat pose. Go to boat pose. Knees are bent, soles of the feet onto the ground. Bring the hands just beyond, behind the hips. Begin to lift the heels up. The strong core, lift up through the chest, nice wide collarbones, and then begin to lift the feet. And then you're lifting the hands or behind the thighs. And we'll hold for nice and tall, holding 3, 2, and 1. So you can stay up a little longer if you'd like. And you come down, stretch the legs forward, stretch the body forward. And we'll go into another one. So bending the knees, lift up out of that sacrum, nice wide collarbones. Lift the heels first, then the feet or the legs, the arms. So wherever you are, breathing 5, 4, so smile makes it easier. 3, breathing for 2. You can stay up a little bit longer, please do. When you're ready to come down, straight legs, coming into a forward fold. Beautiful. Last one. Bend those knees. Placing the hands behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Lift the heels. Lift the legs. Lift the arms. Strong core. Hold 5, 4. Strong core 3, 2, and 1. So coming down, bringing the legs out in front, holding forward. Beautiful. So let's do a couple of rock and rolls here. We don't do this very often, but we're going to rock back on the back and then see if you can come back to sitting up without using your hands. So rocking back and rocking back up. So do that a couple of times and then see if you can come up and not even touch your feet on the ground. When you're up, see if you can keep those feet up and then roll back. Okay, so just a little kind of fun little exercise. So this time we're gonna roll down and we're gonna stay down. Okay, we can give ourselves a big hug. We're doing that core workout and rock the hips side to side. And let's release the left leg down. So straighten the left leg. We'll keep the right leg tucked in for a moment and just stretch that side of the body. Then interlace the fingers just below the knee here and draw that knee in. Flex those toes. Breathe here. See if you can get the back of the neck onto the mat. Think about stretching the back of the neck down. So elongating the spine on the ground from the sacrum all the way up to the cervical spine there. Draw that knee in one last time. And then release. We'll take that on the other side. So bend the left knee. Interlace the fingers just below the knee. Flex the toes. Shoulders are grounded here. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, draw the knee in. So continue breathing. Each exhale draws the knee in. Pressing the back of the neck onto the mat as best you can. One more nice deep inhalation. And the exhale, draw the knee in. And then release. And we'll do both legs. So draw both knees in toward the chest. Wrapping your arms, grabbing opposite elbows, wrists, or the hands, and draw those knees in towards you. Place the back of the head down onto the mat. Press the tailbone down. Inhale, and then exhale, squeeze. So press the shoulders down. Keep the shoulders grounded. Press the tailbone down and squeeze those knees in. And then we're going to release the hands. We're going to extend the feet up. So the legs up toward the sky. And wherever's comfortable with your hands, so they can be on the mat or they can be on the stomach. Even if it feels good to kind of put them underneath the hips there, you could do that as well. So from here, we're going to open the legs. We're going to do wide legs open, and then bring the feet together, and then your knees together. So we'll do that little sequence that we do every once in a while. So extend the legs up, and then open the legs nice and wide, toes together, knees together. Extend the toes up, wide legs, toes together, knees together. Extend the toes up, wide legs, toes together, knees together. Extending the toes up, out, toes together, knees together. Toes extend up, open, knees together. Nope, feet together, knees together. One more time. Toes extend up, out, toes together, knees together. Now we reverse. So knees open, toes open, drawing the feet back together, and bend the knees, knees open, toes nice and wide legs, draw the legs back together, bend the knees, open the knees, open the legs, draw the legs back together, bend the knees. We'll do two more. So knees open, legs open, draw the feet together, knees down. Last one, knees open, legs open, feet together, knees down. Beautiful. So bring the soles of the feet onto the ground and just allow the knees to fall from side to side for a moment. And we'll come into a final twist here. So whether you like to start with the feet on the ground or if you like to have them up, I like to have them up. But wherever you are, whatever feels good for your body, draw the arms out to a T and then allow your knees to fall over to the right. Keep the shoulder grounded as best you can. So if you notice that your left shoulder is coming up off the ground, you just need to back off your twist a little bit. So staying with the shoulders grounded is going to help you come into a full spinal twist. Okay, and then if it's available and feels good and okay on your neck, you can take the eye gaze away from the knees. And if you like that extra stretch, you can take the hand on top of the thigh, kind of pressing down. So wherever you are, relax into it. Allow the eyes to softly close and breathe. And bringing the head back to neutral. Allow the knees to come up through the center and take them over to the other side. So the arms are stretched out again to a T. Keep those shoulders down. Maybe turning the head the opposite direction. And feeling a nice stretch. Close the eyes. Relax. Head comes to neutral. Bring the knees up to the center. Allow the soles of the feet to come onto the ground and allow the knees to open nice and wide. Bring the hands onto the belly. Feel the connection. Take a nice deep inhalation, allowing the lungs to fill, the belly to expand. And then exhale, the belly falls. So continue doing those nice deep breaths, feeling the belly rise and fall. We're going to come into our final Shavasana. So as you begin to straighten the legs, make any little final adjustments or movements that you need to before you come into your final Shavasana. So whether that's grabbing a blanket or putting your socks on. So in your Shavasana, allow your legs to be mat width distance apart and allow those toes to just completely relax, falling away from one another. Take the shoulders out from underneath you. Allow your palms to be face up. And allow your body to receive the benefits in this relaxation pose. Allow your face to soften. Relax the space between your eyes. Release the jaw. Bring your attention to the breath. Take a nice, long, deep inhalation through the nose. Allow the lungs to expand. Allow your belly to rise. And then exhale, release, letting it all go. And on each exhale, letting go. Bringing the awareness to the body, feeling free, feeling relaxed. Thank you for carving out time for yourself, joining me on the mat. I hope you carry this beautiful, relaxed energy with you throughout your week. And until we meet again, namaste.